I'd like to welcome you all to the 4th Annual Halal Expo and Summit USA 2021. And this year we are having it in hybrid form, both in person, live here from Washington, and virtually. And we have people with us from around the world who are now watching on their screens, both vendors who have had virtual booths and also people who will just be watching and hopefully providing some Q&A for our panel sessions, which will go throughout the next today and tomorrow. As Americans are looking for healthier ways to live and eat, and businesses are meeting the challenge, the US halal market has grown significantly in the past decade. Over the years into a multi-billion-dollar industry. And according to the research, we are expecting it to expand even further. But halal for Muslims is not just about food, as you will see from this expo. It's a way of life that encompasses the notion of tayyib, connoting a body of ethical principles designed to promote healthy, clean, and wholesome living. And in the business context, I've kind of been calling halal the corporate social responsibility, or CSR, of businesses. Increasingly, halal is appealing to non-Muslims who are conscious about what they put into their bodies, how employees and businesses how businesses treat their employees, and how we treat the planet. And the annual Expo and Summit has been bringing halal businesses and customers together for the last 3 years, and also through the summit part of it, educating the broader American public. And this year we are focusing on business-to-business transactions. We're bringing businesses together and featuring exhibitors from all over the world through this wonderful expo that we have behind us here. And hopefully we will be able to show the folks who are coming in virtually what the expo looks like, because I can see some marvelous vendors with some delicious food samples over there. And I hope that those who are here will get a chance to taste the fabulous halal food. So with that background of industry and what we've been trying to accomplish for the last 4 years, this is the 4th, I would like to introduce our founder, Marwan Ahmad. He's, as I said, the founder of the Halal Expo. It's his brainchild, and he's also the founder and CEO of US Halal Consultants, which is the only professional consulting group in the US with member consultants that focus on the halal industry. Marwan is an effective advocate and relationship builder in the Arab American community and the global halal industry. And he's worked for decades to establish a strong halal business network to help companies negotiate a complex business landscape and thrive. And Marwan is also the founder and president of Arabesque Media, the organizer of the Halal Expo, and he started the Expo in 2018. I also should mention that Marwan is really into technology and innovation, and you'll also be hearing from him later on that. So let me invite Marwan to join me up here on the stage and give a few remarks.
Assalamu alaikum. If I may ask the brothers and sisters in the back to join us. We have some important speakers joining us today who took the time to address you, and we're so honored to have them with us today. I would like to start with the dua. Allahumma shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. This is our 4th year organizing the Halal Expo and Summit, and I can tell you it does not get easier. Thanks to the pandemic and COVID, we had to jump through hoops to put this together and convince people that this has to continue. We did the virtual one last year, alhamdulillah. but it's time to come back and do both virtual and in person as a hybrid event. Before I start, I'd like to thank our sponsors. They were on the screen earlier, but also behind me. Halal Guys, Islamic Relief, Deen Halal, and Fair Bank, which is a new Islamic bank online, and they have very innovative technology and services. And we have also a couple of food sponsors who will be doing food demos with us today and tomorrow. Please support them. I'd like to also thank our media partners who are covering this event and also actually helped us promote this event leading to today's opening. And without them, we could not reach the masses of people, not only nationally, but also internationally. We had media partners from Malaysia, from the UK, and from Turkey that also who joined us. And last but not least, my small, humble team who put this together. If I tell you the number, you'll be shocked, but I'll keep that to myself. It's just a few of us who put this together, and a small army that is serving this event and the community of halal businesses, which is you guys. So this today and tomorrow's event consists of a number of functions. We have the summit on the stage, 29 expert speakers. We're so honored to have them because these people have so many years of experience in the halal industry, market, but also speakers who are advocates for halal. May not be in business, but they believe in halal. And they're here with us today. There are organizations and there are individuals as well. Some of the sessions that will address the halal industry are here to kind of pick your brains, to make you think beyond halal as food, halal as we call it, of a lifestyle or a way of life for us as Muslims, because halal means ethical, also doesn't also only mean how you slaughter the animal and cut it and eat it. The process from A to Z has to be halal. How you treat your employees has to be halal. How you conduct your business has to be halal. So it is a way of life. It's not only a transaction. So one of the sessions will address this, is halal a faith or a business? And you will see that in the first session actually. We're also going to talk about the research impact on halal, and why do we need research for halal industry and halal market and halal consumers. There are many industries that have conducted research and explored the possibility for their markets. Halal does not have that yet, in the US at least. And one of the sessions will address that. We will be talking about halal technology. Many people, like, what? Halal technology? How can you slaughter halal technology? But yes, technology has to be halal. Technology has to be wholesome, has to serve the Muslim family and Muslim industry in a halal way. So when we talk about halal apps, halal websites, halal hardware even, has to all work together to produce halal. There's also halal fashion, modest fashion, will also be addressed in this event by a number of sisters who are also experts in this field, and we're happy to have you with us. We're going to talk about halal finance, transactions, and this is probably the largest market in the US, actually larger than food, because halal mortgage, halal loans, and halal transactions and investments make the largest actually segment of halal in the world, not just in the US. But again, most people think of halal as food only, and we're trying to open and broaden this concept. So the exhibitors with us today, they came a long way, from many states. Actually, one of them came all the way from the Maldives to be with you. And we're happy that they did, because they believe in us, they believe in you, and they came to share with you their ideas, their business, their products, and their services. We want to make sure that they walk away from here with good connections and network, and of course, business deals. So if you're here to meet them, please make sure that you keep in touch with them, and they will serve you the best they can. I am confident of that. So please support the businesses who are here and the partners and the sponsors while you're talking to them. There's also the networking opportunity. Exchanging, of course, business cards and talking to people is the best way to create relationships in business and to build on it. So we created a space in the back where you can eat, drink halal food, and also meet with people and talk to them. We also created space outside if you need a quieter space for you to talk to businesses and do transactions or start some transaction. There's very unique businesses with us today, actually. Extremely unique today and tomorrow. Please explore every one of them. We don't have hundreds of them, unfortunately, but there is enough that you can visit every booth and learn what they do, because you never know when you're going to need their service, whether as a consumer or as a business who want to buy from them in quantities and bulk. The bottom line of this event is building a stronger halal community. Yes, we're focusing on business, but business is part of the community. So capitalize on it. You are in the halal domain yourself, most of you, or want to be involved in the halal domain. So take advantage of this chance that these businesses are offering, and let's build a community together. I know one of the brothers here is building some kind of a business directory that also want to tap into this market. So I'm glad to have you, Brother Abid, joining us. Quick, before I give you the reminders, I want to tell you that some of the sessions will also focus on halal label, because we feel that halal labeled products are misunderstood in the market today in the US. There is not enough regulations. There is not enough transparency on the halal label. You see the term logo halal on many things, but it doesn't tell you anything beyond that. It doesn't tell you who certified it, where it came from, what is the process from the farm to your retail and to your table, and if there's any contamination in the process, is the agency that just certified it legit agency or not? That all has to fall into the label. The label has to tell you as a consumer and a business, this product is totally halal in all its steps to come to you as a business or consumer. And finally, I want to just remind you to visit the businesses and talk to them and support them, and the exhibitors. And we have also a food vendor in the back. If you're hungry or thirsty, please also support the business, because what they sell goes to support refugees as well. So this is also a halal way to work as a community together. I want to thank you again for joining us. We're honored for you to be even just a guest or a business today and tomorrow. And please tell your friends who are not here today to join us later today and tomorrow. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Meng from New York, and it's a pleasure to send greetings to everyone attending the U.S. Halal Expo and Summit. Today marks the 4th year that this annual summit is being held. It highlights halal products and services that serve millions of consumers across the country and seeks to advance the halal industry by encouraging business opportunities, innovation, and regulatory compliance, and educating people about the halal lifestyle. In Congress, I've worked to champion efforts that would provide increased access to halal food. I'm proud to have called for more access on the federal level, and I've pushed and supported measures to make halal meals available in our New York City schools, including funding for a recent pilot program. It's critical for students to have lunch options that adhere to their dietary restrictions. Including different and healthy dietary options is crucial to ensuring that no child goes hungry, and it creates a more inclusive approach to school lunches. Another initiative I recently spearheaded was leading a letter last month to the Secretary of Agriculture, urging that the Emergency Food Assistance Program include an adequate amount of halal protein and meat options to ensure that observant families are able to continue to put food on the table. Improving access to halal food has long been a priority of mine, and I will continue to keep up the fight to make it more readily available in my home city and across the country. In closing, I want to thank you for allowing me to say a few words as the Expo and Summit Gala gets underway. Thank you for highlighting the important role of the halal industry and its impact on our economy. Best wishes for an enjoyable and productive event and much continued success. Thank you.
All right. Our next guest speaker is very important in the Muslim advocacy community. We have with us today Nihad Awad, who is the executive director and co-founder of the Council on American-Islamic Relations, or CAIR as it's known. That's the largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization in the United States. Nihad is a passionate community organizer who has actively worked with local and national interfaith leaders and organizations over several decades to promote positive relations amongst people of diverse faith communities. Nihad has received numerous awards and recognitions, far too many to list for you, we'd be here all day. And earlier this year, he was named one of Washington's most influential people in civil rights and criminal justice by the Washingtonian magazine. I also want to note that he has been in the forefront of trying to get justice for Jamal Khashoggi, and I applaud him for that. So without further ado, Nihad, would you join me on the stage?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the compassionate and merciful. My dear brother Marwan, Ahmad, Elisabeth, Meng, thank you so much for inviting me to this very important event today. And thank you for putting together this wonderful event to meet, to discuss, to explore, to plan, to challenge ourselves, and to advocate for a healthy, safe, and pleasing way to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the halal way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm deeply honored to be here with you today. This comes at a very difficult time of COVID, but also an easier time for the American Muslim community. I know Marwan said it's not getting easier. I see where he is coming from. We're all in the same spot sometimes, but I would like to lend my voice and my support for all of you, distinguished guests, consumers, business leaders, community activists, experts, people who care about Muslim life in America and around the world. The halal issue has been a personal issue for me, like it has been for many of you. Let me share with you my little experience. In the early days after I finished college, I had struggled with my wife what to do, whether we should continue to rent or buy a house. Renting is easy, but it's a waste of money. Buying a house is a sign of stability, investment. But we struggled to get a free interest loan. We struggled to find a bank that we can trust and do something that's not displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The concept of interest, I know is very complicated in the business community. How they break down even the concept of interest, whether it really corresponds to the haram definition of it or it's something else. But nevertheless, this fear is shared among Muslims who live not only in the Western Hemisphere, but even in Muslim countries. And there was no solution. I'm happy to see that we are progressing in that area with the presence and innovation of many forums to help American Muslims with their mortgages and deal with the concept of interest, which is an issue that will be discussed later. Secondly, a 10-minute trip to the grocery store would take me 30 minutes. Do you know why? Because I have to read the ingredients and be safe. Because we want to do the right thing, even when we buy. Why should it be that difficult for Muslims? However, when I look at another product, I see a word kosher. What do I see? And this is through experience and through feeling. I see identity in the kosher. I see faith. I see respect. I see advocacy. I see community. I see organizing. I see empowerment. That's what kosher means when I see it. I see a label. I see authenticity. I see compliance. I see transparency. I see enforcement. I see protection of that label. I see a self-confidence and assurance. That's what kosher means. So I applaud my Jewish friends in the American community and everywhere for making sure that that happens. However, when I transfer this to the Muslim community, where is halal? Where is the authenticity of halal? Which logo? How accurate? Who's behind it? Who's enforcing it? Who issued it? Who certified it? Who's using it? Who's abusing it? Where is the legislation? Where is the protection for Muslim consumers? I'm happy to say there is a legislation or a proposed legislation in Congress. But where are us as community and as organizations? I would like to address this issue in a moment. So these are really true feelings I went through as a consumer, as an average community member. That was 27 years ago. We could not have a halal label because halal label is a statement. We did not have free interest loans because that is a statement. Because the conditions of the American Muslim community were not ripe yet to gain the respect, the recognition, to attain these privileges, these rights. However, these rights and privileges are not offered to you for free. You have to fight for them. You have to earn them. You have to work for them. You have to organize for them. You have to defend them. You have to raise awareness and interest. You have to create a public demand. In other words, we have to embrace that and it will become a reality. That's why I really left my personal interest and shifted all my interests and concerns to defend the rights of American Muslims 25 years ago. To establish that respect, that recognition, to make sure that we have self-respect and we can self-organize and we can tell our story by ourselves and to fight the negative portrayal of Islam and Muslims that has been here for hundreds of years. But to do that, we have to be serious, we have to be organized, we have to be scientific, and we have to be dedicated. And we have to be patient and look forward. And that's why I truly, truly applaud the effort of Marwan, Elisabeth, your team, your staff, your volunteers, all of you who have been living and advocating and pushing for halal for all what it means. From entertainment, inshallah, in the future, to halal food, beverage, fashion, banking, tourism, all of the above. All of the above. And I'm here to tell you that you have a partner in me and CAIR. Today, CAIR, with all its resources, alhamdulillah, it is a strong organization because it's reflecting the growing strength of the American Muslim community. But that journey started with one step, like all of you. You have been working almost in silence, and you need a lot of help, and you need partnership. I believe for us to succeed in making the halal industry a way of life, respected, empowered, and protected in the United States, and even becoming prosperous, we need to get together more often. We need to put tools in our toolbox, new ones, to make sure that this right will become a reality and it is going to be mainstream. And to do that, I'm offering and pledging for you support from CAIR. A, on the advocacy level. Your issues are our issues. Whether you are in a small town, city, state, or inshallah in a different country. Once we grow bigger and stronger, we will lend you our voice. But here in the United States, know that in CAIR you have a partner. You have an advocate. You have a voice. You have access to the Muslim and mainstream media. We every day supply news releases and information to 45,000 media outlets in the country. We have about 300 full-time employees, 35 offices, 70 spokespeople, 55 full-time lawyers. All of these services are free of charge for you. But we're not going to promote your business. We're going to promote what you stand for. We are not a law firm. We are a nonprofit advocacy organization. When it comes to your identity, CAIR is going to be there for you to protect your interest and advance your cause. For example, in where you live, in any city or state, legislation like what we heard, instead of being advocated for by only 10 people, it should be advocated by 100,000 people or 1 million Muslims, because you have to utilize CAIR. That is an counter any opposition, whether based on ignorance or racism and bigotry. CAIR is there to fight for you free of charge in the court and in the court of public opinion. So you have a protection, you have legal protection, inshallah. Secondly, or thirdly, we will give you access to the community, but you have to stand on principles. We would like from you, as you expect from us, honesty, integrity, and professionalism. We need to make sure that our Islamic standards are always the highest, in a state of excellence, in our delivery, in our packaging, in our marketing, and in our outreach. And these are Islamic values, and this is really the halal way. To conclude, I'm coming here to pledge support for you, to applaud your effort, and telling you that the halal way of life is on its way. It's going to be in the mainstream. And I would like to partner with you as an individual, also as an organization. And to Brother Marwan, next year, you will not say it's not getting easier. Next year, you will see this room full of people with more energy, and you will see that the halal concept is a way of life for American Muslims. They believe in it, they fight for it, for their best interest and for the best interest of humanity, inshallah.
Those are wonderful words by our partner, Nihad Awad from CAIR. Thank you so much, Nihad. We really appreciate the partnership and the support you've shown for the Halal Expo this year. And we're very happy to have you. The next thing we're going to do right this moment is play another video. We have Congressman Gerry Connolly from Virginia, who was also active in the recent letter to the USDA Secretary, and he has a few remarks.
Good morning. This is Congressman Gerry Connolly, and I want to thank you for having me take part in the opening ceremony for the 4th annual Halal Expo and Summit. The Halal Expo offers a unique opportunity for businesses to provide halal products and services to the hundreds of attendees at this event. Additionally, with virtual components, businesses that are featured at the Expo can get exposure all over the country and indeed throughout the world. With companies from the food and beverage industry to the health products and services industry to the fashion industry, this Expo has something for everyone. As the demand for halal products has continued to rise, this event allows both large and small halal businesses to network and to expand their reach. I hope everyone has a chance to stop by all of the vendors and exhibits that are being showcased here over this weekend. Enjoy the rest of the Expo. Stay safe during this pandemic, and God bless.
Originally, we've been focusing right now so far on the US halal market, and now we're going to take it a little international because we do have a number of businesses that are participating from Malaysia, and we're very honored to have with us today a Diana Talit, who is a commissioner with Matrade, the Malaysian External Trade Development Corporation, that focuses on exports, helping Malaysian companies export. And they have been a very wonderful partner so far as we were organizing this Halal Summit and Expo so far. So Diana is the, as I said, the trade commissioner for Matrade, as we call it, and she's based in New York. She has over 25 years of experience in both the public and private sectors, with 11 years as a corporate banker and 14 years in the public service with Malaysia's Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Her expertise is in international trade promotion and entrepreneur development, and also forging government-private sector relations. And forging those kinds of relations and partnerships is very, very important when you're talking about business. Prior to becoming a trade commissioner for Matrade in New York, Diana was based in Paris for 5 years as the Malaysian Trade Commissioner, overseeing Malaysia's trade with France, Spain, Portugal, and Monaco. That's a beautiful region. And while in France, she actively promoted Malaysian and French collaboration in aerospace engineering services. And she collaborated with other organizations to set up business conferences. So we are honored to have Diana with us here today. And Diana, would you like to join me on stage?
Thank you very much, Elisabeth, for the nice introduction. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to my brothers and sisters. As mentioned by Elisabeth, I represent a government organization, something equivalent to your Department of Commerce here. So we focus on helping Malaysian companies to export market worldwide. So our office in New York is covering the the east region of the US and plus Canada. We also have another office in Los Angeles and Miami. So anyway, first of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizer of this event, Arabist Media, for your willingness to include us in this session. It's a very important event for us. This is our first participation in this particular in this Halal Expo. So we are happy to be here, and we're happy to continue our collaboration and support to the organizer. So just a little bit of, maybe I should share a little bit of what halal ecosystem in Malaysia is like. So halal is a very huge industry in Malaysia. So for example, in 2019, halal contribute almost 8% to our GDP. So with a value of about 29 billion US dollar. So 70% of that is from the manufacturing sectors, and the 30% is from the services sector. So prior to COVID, this industry in Malaysia grew about 5.5% a year. In terms of our export, we exported in 2020, we exported about 7.2 billion of halal product worldwide. And basically, the US is our third largest export market for our halal products. And we exported more than 400 million of worth of halal product to the United States. Our country continue to promote halal investment in Malaysia. So currently we have about 22 halal parks in Malaysia, and more than 100 millions of investment were poured into this halal ecosystem, and more than 55% of that comes from the foreign direct investment. Maybe I should mention about the how we promote halal in Malaysia. So we started this international trade show called Nihad, Malaysia International Halal Showcase, in 2004. So in fact, we recently concluded our 17th Nihad just last month, and we also did a similar event like this, hybrid with in person as well as online. So I just want to wish everybody a nice meeting, and once again I would like to say my appreciation to the organizer for inviting us, and we have a booth at this one of this table behind there. If you need to ask anything regards to Malaysia's halal ecosystem, you are invited to meet up with us. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Wonderful to have you with us, Commissioner Talit. And do visit their booth in the back. I do also want to mention we will be giving awards at the Awards Luncheon tomorrow. And they're up on the stage. They look beautiful. We have taped over so that the surprises won't be, you will be surprised by tomorrow who's receiving the awards. So just wanted to mention that. Thank you so much, Commissioner Talit. We're very pleased to have you. We also have with us a speaker from our sponsor, Islamic Relief, Nihad. And is he with us? I think I saw him earlier. Wonderful. Okay. And he's going to talk a few minutes about what Islamic Relief does. We're very honored to have you also as a sponsor for the Halal Expo and Summit. And if you'd like to join me on the stage.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Thank you, Brother Marwan. Thank you, Sister Elisabeth, for giving us a chance to address this beautiful gathering. Those who care about our values as Muslims, what we believe in. Islamic Relief is here today to first express our gratitude to all of you, because all of you were the seed of this Islamic Relief 28 years ago. Anywhere you are, we have an office there. Even in Malaysia, we have an office in Malaysia. We have offices in Western Europe, South Africa, Asia. We have 7 offices here in America. Our main goal is to ease the suffering of those who are in need, is to carry the message of Islam, to carry the message of mercy that we live in to those who are in need around the world, regardless of race, origin, religion, whatever. They are humans. They need our attention. And we are doing this work on your behalf. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. As I mentioned, Islamic Relief, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, we help every year millions of those who are in need. Last year, we ended the budget with $110 million. This year, as yesterday, I get the news that we are at $125 million. Yes, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is from the effort of everyone. Our donors, 136,000 donors. It's huge, yes. And this is why I'm here today, to open the door for you. If you want to partner with us, to carry this message to those who are in need, to ease their suffering. Whatever you do in your business, we'll have space for you. You are in the banking system, we have space for you. You are in advocacy, as Brother Jazakallah Khair told in the beginning, we have space. You are in halal business, meat, food, banks, as I said, we have space for you. We want everybody to be with us, doing this good that we were doing for 28 years. And inshallah, our goal is to reach $1 billion soon. Inshallah, because more money comes means more life saved. These days, we are working here in America heavily with the refugees. When we hear refugees, we think that it's just Afghanistan. No, we still have issues with the Syrian refugees. We still have issues with Somali refugees, Bosnian refugees who are here. They are waiting for someone to care about them. And I urge you, please, before we leave this space, stop by our booth, inshallah. If you have any questions, we'll be answering them. If you want to meet with our leadership to discuss how we can partner, I'm here for you. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Brother Qasim. And next, we are given that appeal to support organizations that help refugees. We also have a few words from Congressman Jake Auchincloss of Massachusetts, who is one of the signatories of the emergency food program, including halal in that program.
Hi, this is Congressman Jake Auchincloss, representing the Massachusetts 4th. It's a pleasure to be able to address the Halal Food Expo, even remotely. During the COVID-19 pandemic, millions of Americans were food insecure, and many observant Jewish and Muslim families lacked access to culturally competent food. By ensuring that the Emergency Food Assistance Program offers kosher and halal meals to those observant families, we are honoring their traditions while also ensuring that they have access to nutritious meals. This effort was an interfaith effort, bringing together Jews and Muslims in pursuit of culturally competent food choices.
Commissioner Diana Talid, and I'll thank the congressmen and women in absentia for supporting us with their remarks. So in terms of housekeeping, this, as you can see, we have in this hybrid version of the Expo, the pandemic has forced us to innovate, and that's what we're doing. We are integrating the virtual and the in-person. So bear with us today. If we should have any technical difficulties, we will resolve them as soon as we can. I would like to note that we are following the protocol of the hotel for mask wearing. And the hotel is saying that for those who are vaccinated, mask wearing is optional. Those who are not vaccinated, they are asking people please to wear the mask in the public spaces. I will not be asking our speakers, however, to wear masks on the stage, because I know you want to see their marvelous emotional responses to your applause. Let me also mention the awards luncheon again tomorrow. Please, if you would like to attend that, our speakers are invited. Our awardees also are obviously going to be there. But if you would like to attend the awards luncheon, please register for that at the table. It will be in another room, and we will be giving out the 3 top halal awards and also a number of certificates to those who have been very instrumental in all the halal space or in assisting us with putting on the Halal Expo and Summit. And then finally, I will be announcing a bit more on this before the first panel gets underway, but we will have a drawing for a 3-night hotel stay at a fabulous brand new 5-star resort in the Maldives. I've seen the website, it looks incredible. I will tell you a little bit more about that, but you have to be here when the drawing takes place in order to claim your prize. And I will tell you where you need to go to give your business cards. As much as I'll just do it right now. Right over there on the opposite side of the room is Dr. Sunny Umar, Hussein Sunny Umar, and he will be happy to receive your business card to enter the drawing. And we will keep you in suspense for now as to when the drawing will take place. I think that is all for housekeeping. Once again, we would like to thank our sponsors, the Halal Guys. Thank you so much for supporting us this year. Fair Bank, thank you also as well. They have a very large booth over there, and Rizvan is ready to take your questions and tell you all about what they do. Deen Halal, which is right next door to them, as a matter of fact, selling some beautiful halal meat, which smelled very good as I walked by. So please go by and taste some samples. Again, Islamic Relief is a sponsor, and also Ahu Barah, which I believe is all the way from Malaysia. That's from Malaysia. Okay, take it back. Sorry?
Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Afghanistan and Pakistan. Well, marhaba. We're glad to have you. So thanks to all our sponsors. We will conclude the opening ceremony and transition in a few minutes to the first session, which is Halal, is it faith or business? So be sure to come back after a quick break for a coffee or a quick break for the restrooms, which are just across the hall to your right. And we'll see you back in 5 minutes.